Hello, hello, everyone. What is going on? It's been a minute since I've been on live. Let me give this thing a little time to reach everyone, so I can kind of talk about the subject that I'm going to share with you. A lot of people didn't know recently. I've had to deal with some things in my life that haven't really shared, but I'm going to share them here. And I want to share them because I know a lot of you reached out to me, and a lot of you, you know, uh, have been expecting lives from me, and I haven't been able to be as available online as I have been. So definitely want to just reach out to you guys, and let me just give a shout out. Um, what's up, Miss Rosemary? How you doing? Appreciate you being on here. And so I want to kind of just give you guys a little insight into what was going on with me, but also I believe that everything that happens in life, if you survive it, then it becomes a lesson for you to help other people to kind of deal with it. So I definitely wanted to just kind of share what's going on. And so I got my YouTubers coming in here. Shout out to Living Life with the Barons. How you doing? Hey, Melvin, Marcy from Tampa. Good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to share something that happened within the last 3 weeks, and you guys were not aware because I didn't share it with everyone. But and then I'm also going to share, really just this is my personal belief, but I'm going to share how amazing it is to have God in your life, and how amazing it is to make sure that you acknowledge the things that God does for you on a daily basis. Because a lot of times, a lot of us, we're like, oh man, I want God to bless me with this. I want God to bless me with that. I want God to bless me with, bigger house, bigger car. But sometimes there are things that are just bigger than that. Like for me, God, if you woke up today, God has blessed you beyond measure. If you're in America and you're healthy and you're not incarcerated, God has already blessed you, because any situation that you have that comes forward, you have the tools and resources to handle it, especially anything financial. That is the minimal. But we're talking about life here. So if you woke up, God has already been working in your life and has already blessed you, and He'll bless you beyond measure. So here's the situation that happened. So on July the 24th, I'll just tell you this. So my mother, who love very dearly, she's an entrepreneur. She's a really busy lady. She just heart of gold, and she's about her business, right? But she had been experiencing some shortness of breath, and she actually went to her doctor to check it out. And when they diagnosed her, they tried to check out her liver, they tried to check out everything else, and they actually told her to write down her symptoms, right? They didn't really do a deep dive. Well, a short time ago, my mother had an emergency that happened to her. It was a pulmonary embolism. And had my dad not been conscious enough or been around to take her to the hospital, she wouldn't be here. So literally, she was rushed to the hospital. That's what they diagnosed her with. And she had a pulmonary embolism. And my mother, for me, I was an emotional wreck, because it was one of those things to where it was really tough for her. She really couldn't breathe. She just had a lot of trouble to go through for her. She's 73 years old. Uh, People of that age that have something like that, a clot in there, she had a blood clot. She had a few blood clots, one in her lungs, one in some major arteries. People at 73 that go through something like that, the survival rate is extremely low. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say percentages, is extremely low. So my mother is a woman who has strong faith. She's just a strong overall person. My mother's just a strong person. She doesn't, 73 years old, she gets up and she runs a restaurant, and she loves to do it. Her employees love her, they adore her. She's the type of person who she builds a relationship with people. I mean, you just like when you meet her, she's a stern woman with a big heart, but she also is a person that just she wants to make your day better. That's how she is. So um I didn't really share with anyone because she wanted to kind of keep it private. But even though the situation was extremely serious, my mother, literally as tough as she was, um, she had some trouble. She was in pain. It was kind of tough to see her that way, but she was actually making it through. And they were going to have to do some surgery. They had to do catheters on her. But the blessed part, where I really know that God is real, is that fast forward all the way through now, we had a tough week. It was really tough. I shared it with people that were close to me, because I was not able to be attentive as possible, because I'm taking care of my mother and trying to take care of business. And then my father, he hadn't been in the best condition either. But again, life happens, and If you have parents and you're in your 40s, check on your parents, be around your parents, do for your parents, just make sure they're okay because they're older, they're in their 70s. So if you're 40 years old like I am, and your parents are in their late 70s, going on 80s, man, just be around them, just check on them. I make it a point to do this. I know my parents are older. I make it a point to see my parents every at least 3 times a week. Because if I see them 3 times a week, 2 weeks, that's 6 times. And how many more times do I have left to see my parents? So I try to value that and be around them a lot, and even do business with them. So and I talk to them every day. So that's a non-negotiable. But fast forward, my mom was supposed to have major surgery, and just through us praying and just through us talking to God and just having faith that he's going to bring her out, the report actually turned from what could be bleak to good. Her heart was really only functioning at a very low percentage. I'm not going to say what percentage it is, but it was functioning at a very low percentage. And she did not know this was going on, and she was actually misdiagnosed earlier, and so that's something that we're dealing with now. But glory to God, she's actually doing very well. And they gave her some blood thinners, and actually all her clots were gone. No clots. So she didn't have to have stents in her heart, or stents in her body. So no clots. That's just a glory right there. She went from having clots to no clots. And so they got her on blood thinners, and they believe that her heart could be reconditioned again to function. And they just only had to do catheters. So she's actually doing very well. And I know she's doing well because first thing she says, oh, hey, how much money did we make? So when my mom talks like that, she's doing good. So, thank you I didn't tell everyone, but thank you for those who reached out. Appreciate your prayers, and I'll continue to pray for her because she's still in the hospital, but she will be recovering. She's recovering very nicely, and the way things look, she's going to be out pretty soon and back to a life, not what she would normally do, because she actually just a person that likes to be out. She's a person that she can't sit at home. Neither one of my family. We're entrepreneurs. We can't sit and be still. We always got to be into something, right? So she'll be back to her normal activity, and just monitor. But lesson there: check on your parents. Make sure they're doing good. Make sure you ask about them. Make sure you are around them. Just make sure your parents are doing well because they're older. And in that same week, honestly, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's on Facebook. The gym that I go to, one of my good friends, literally, he had lost a lot of weight. He was in gym and losing a lot of weight and just doing very well. And literally, he had a straight up heart attack. All 3 of his major arteries were blocked, and he literally flatlined twice. And he literally died twice. They had to revive him. And that happened the same week as my mother. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? And his situation was, he's younger than me. He's 43. I'm 46. His situation was extremely dire, but that's how good God is. He actually survived. Think about it. 3 major arteries are blocked. His heart could have exploded inside of his chest. That's literally what would happen. His heart could have exploded inside of his chest. And so he was able to come out of that. And the doctor said the only reason that he was able to survive is because he was going to the gym and keeping himself healthy. Other than that, he might not have survived. So he's going to get some stents put in, and he's going to be back, and he's going to be fine. So seeing this happen in a span of 3 weeks to people that are close to me is just like, really, it gives you something to think about, right? We always talk about business, talk about doing business as well, but we got to talk about taking care of yourselves. So I'm just going to say this as some advice, and I'm not talking to you guys. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to me too, right? So one thing that we all need to do is we need to get checkups. We need to make sure everything is going right. And I'm not talking about little checkups. I'm talking about getting your blood pressure checked, getting your fluids checked, making sure everything in your body is going as well as possible. And so on our end, and I'll say this, a lot of my brothers and sisters, a lot of African-American people, we don't like to go to the doctor, especially men. We think the only time we need to go to the doctor is when we're sick. And we need to go and get checked up so we can prevent from getting sick. And so, my father had some, heart issues. He had he survived. He's doing good. His legs swollen. So he was going through medical issues, but it's all a part of going to the doctor. And truth be told, I've actually been kind of preaching this silently since 2015. Because if you guys are not aware, in 2015, this was me. I'm going to share with you this. This was me in 2015. I had I had a stroke, pretty much a stroke or heart attack, right? Because I was 450 pounds. Let me repeat, 450 pounds. This was me back in 2015. And, I ran a restaurant. I thought I could eat what I wanted to eat. I thought I can just get away with it. And I didn't really care about my health. I was just 450 pounds, didn't care. All I cared about was making money and eating. That's all I cared about. That was it, making money and eating. And that's pretty much what I was kind of thinking. And my butt ended up in the hospital too. And it was a scare for my mother, scare for my wife. That was me. I was there. 450 pounds. And some people think, oh, it can never happen to me. Well, you just never know. And so I have an enlarged ventricle in my heart. Most people don't know that. So for me, health is a priority. But thank goodness, I was able to take that situation seriously. They were going to put me on diabetes medicine. And I said, nope, I'm not going to do that. So literally, that was me at 450 pounds. And this is what I've been able to do over that course of the time. I actually had to lose literally 125, 130 pounds to stay healthy. And I'm actually doing well. So I'm actually able to fit into my old pants. And so I ain't going back there again for nothing. And I just want to kind of tell you guys that you got to make there has to be a conscious thing that you do as well, so you can actually survive stuff like that. So, I've been there as well. So, me being in the hospital and going through that myself, and then seeing my parents go through it, seeing my friends go through it, you just want to make sure that you are getting yourself checked out. If you're 40 years old, you're male, you're above 45, 46, go and get a colonoscopy, go and get your prostate checked. Just go to the doctor, make sure your blood is okay, make sure your pressure's okay. And some people are scared. Oh, what if they catch something that's in me, and I don't want to know if I'm going to die? So don't think like that. You just need to you take your car to get checked out, right? If you're driving a car and you don't get your car checked out, your car gonna break down. Same thing with your body. You running your body all working or whatever, you need to go get checked out, and you need to know if you need to make some changes in your life that's going to be for the healthier. And so since then, literally, I've literally been getting myself healthy. And yeah, sometimes we slack with business, and I'm not as in as good a shape as I was in 2017, but I plan on getting back there. But the main thing is, with this live that I'm doing today, is just to remind you guys, listen, thank God every day for the things he's done for you. Pray every day for your loved ones. And I know sometimes we like to pray for financial gain. We want God to give us financial abundance. But if you ain't around, then you can't enjoy anything. So number one, thank God for waking you up in the morning. Number two, thank God for good health. All right. And then ask God for wisdom to allow you to learn how to do things, right? Don't just sit there and not have action, have wisdom, have a plan. And so, but the main thing is have a plan for you to stay healthy. And literally that's why I actually promote the products that I promote. Not just as a promotional video, but I promote products that are in tune with health. That's something that I do because I take it every day. So I do a lot of things every day to try to make sure I'm healthy. And myself, after this, I'm actually starting to go for more checkups. So I have my colonoscopy schedule. If you are a guy that's over 43, make sure you're doing that. I got my prostate schedule. Make sure you're doing that. I got my regular, checkups going. I'm going to have a stress test, and make sure you at least do that once a year. Make sure your heart is good. And, this is not my final form that I'm in. I plan on losing, 100, maybe 120, 150 more pounds and maintaining myself at a healthy weight. I've always been an athlete. I've always been a strong athlete. I'm about 6'1", around 298, 99 pounds. And I've always been kind of strong, tough, and in my younger days, just really, really built. And so I carry a lot of mass, but I need to still reduce that because even though it's, people say, well, the heart doesn't really determine the difference between, 200 pounds or 300 pounds of muscle versus 300 pounds of fat. It's all weight. So I need to reduce the weight so my body works less hard and my heart works less harder to pump blood. So, make sure you are, keeping yourself healthy. And for those of you who have reached out to me, I'm actually about to go see my mother in a little bit at the hospital, but also in addition to that, I have literally been helping my mom out with her businesses because she does own and run businesses. And so I've had to add that to my load that I have already, plus being online. So it's one of those things to where, you know, it's been, a busy week, but I will be getting back on track. So a lot of you guys who are doing business with me, obviously the trainings are going to still be going on as, tomorrow at 11 o'clock. If you're in my 11 o'clock training, that will be happening tomorrow. We're getting back on track. I will be doing some more lives, kind of expressing everything because I don't want to leave you guys in the business world hanging out. And so I want to make sure that I'm addressing, that as well. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys tips to help you better, help you be number one, just a better overall healthy person, but also tips on business, tips on traffic, tips on leads, tips on how to help yourself. So, I mean, I've always been, decent at doing that. And I've dropped some videos. So I dropped a video on number one. If you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel. I dropped a video on profit lifestyle efficiency, showing you how to turn your debt into profit. So you definitely want to check that video out. I dropped another video showing you how to handle a problem. 90% of people that visit your website are going to leave and never return. Dropped the video on how to solve that problem. So I will be dropping some things and tools that I've used to help me solve those problems. So let me take a little bit of time and acknowledge the people that are on this stream. Number one, I love all you guys that are watching me live. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your prayers. I mean, you guys are absolutely amazing. So let me go through and just pay you the respect that you deserve, and make sure I put your comments up here and make sure I acknowledge you. Thank you, Ms. Rosemary. And appreciate you here from Tampa. Facebook user, thank you, appreciate it. Yes, sir, thank you, appreciate it. And Shelly, appreciate you hopping on here. May your mom continue to move forward and strength. She will. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, boss. I am definitely trying to do some things to make sure I am looking decent, and so we're gonna all look good together. So we all look amazing, and appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you living life with the Barons. I'm praying for you and your mom. Thank you. Oh wow, David, you had an episode yourself. Hey, bro. Hey, prayers out to you, man. Make sure you we got to stay in prayer. That's how we're gonna survive everything. Praying for your mother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. She's doing great. I'm just thanking God that she is doing amazing, and hopefully some of the information I'm sharing with you guys, we can actually apply it. And I pray for prosperity and health for your family. I'm gonna say a prayer before for everyone before I leave out here on this live, because I've actually been in a deeper relationship with God than ever before. A lot of times, and it's crazy that it takes crazy stuff to happen to put you in a deeper spiritual relationship, but that's kind of where I'm at now. So this is something I'm moving more close to. I'm gonna keep them involved in my business, and sometimes we just gotta let people know, hey, look, God is real. Prayers to the family. Thank you, Ms. Cam. I appreciate that, from Brooklyn. Shout out to you. So appreciate all you guys for chiming in. And speaking of which, it's time to take my vitamin. So again, if you're in MDC, you know about these. This is the future of vitamins, the best vitamins in the world because they contain greens. I like these because 40% of people in America can't swallow pills. They can't do gummies. So this is a good way to, a good delivery system for great vitamins. So I'll be doing a video on this as well. And I got to take my collagen. The collagen, man, I got to tell you, this is good for joints, good for your skin. A lot of people have complimented me in person on my skin. They're like, man, what's your skin regimen? Which cream are you putting on your face? I've been taking collagen for the last 120 days. This collagen is really good. So that kind of helps my skin, helps my joints. So, things of that nature are just small things that I take on a daily basis just to ensure that I'm healthy, also working out and being active. Now, no knock on anybody, what you do, but I got a rule. If I'm taking collagen, number one, it's not going to be in powder form. Number two, it's not going to be in a plastic container. This is glass. So it keeps the purity of this collagen, which is what I like, and has been effective for me and my wife. So with that said, folks, I'm going to say a really quick prayer for you guys. So bow my head. So let me just pray for everyone on this live. I want to pray for everyone just in the group. Pray for all my people on replay, And hopefully this prayer reaches out to you. So, dear God, I thank you for blessing me and watching over me. I thank you for blessing everyone on this live. May everyone have peace, prosperity, and may everyone have wisdom. And I thank you for the health of everyone. I thank you for waking everyone up on a daily basis and giving us our health. I thank you for blessing our families. I thank you for all the things that you do that we don't know that you do, God. And a lot of things that you do we're not even aware. Anything can happen at any time to any person. But I appreciate you sending your angel of goodness and mercy to each one of us to prevent those things from happening because the devil is always at work. So I thank you, God, for protecting everyone. I thank you, God, for protecting everyone's children, having our children protected at all times. And I thank you for the wisdom that you bestowed on us. And I thank you just for giving us an opportunity. We're in America. We're not incarcerated. We are having good health. So I just thank you for the basics, God. And I thank you for everything you've done. And please bless everyone that is watching this message and beyond for health, prosperity, and more. In the name of Jesus, amen. So there's my prayer to you guys. And, hopefully that reaches out to everyone that turns on this video. And I'm gonna start doing more prayer. I'm gonna start praying over people in my lives. I mean, I am a child of God, and shame on me for not being, you know, closer and more expressive of my relationship with God. And I do business, a lot. But I don't care if it costs me followers. I don't care if it costs me business or whatever. I just really don't care. I mean, right now, God has really been working in my life, and you know, I'm gonna keep him involved in my business. So if you're doing business with me, just know you're gonna be doing business with a person that's gonna pray over you. And if you don't like me praying over you, then peace. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray over all of my everyone that does business with me, everyone that doesn't do business with me, everyone that watches me. Prayer is gonna be a constant thing because I really want people to prosper. I really want people to be in good health, and I believe it's my responsibility with the platform that I have to just let people know that God is real. And you may believe in who you want to believe with. I'm not here to debate beliefs or whatever. I'm just here to do what I know has worked in my life. And I'm just here to do what I have known and seen that has worked in other people's lives. And I'm here to just, my purpose on this earth really, as I pray deeper and deeper with God, my purpose on this earth is to reach people and give them value that they may not be getting all the time. Because a lot of times there are certain areas in our life that we just are not educated in, and we just have to be educated in those areas. And so my belief is always a belief of constant prosperity and giving people the opportunity to be in prosperity and always be in prosperity, because we can always be a blessing to one another. And I had one person talking about, man, you're always selling things. I don't look at myself as selling things. I look at myself as helping people, right? So that's part of what we do. We help people, and that's how we're able to manage financially. I mean, if you get out and help someone, then you're going to be blessed financially. And a lot of times you find things that you believe are helpful to people, and you do it, yeah, because you want to make a profit. But if we look at the industry of network marketing in a whole, we're the only industry that offers you hours, hundreds of thousands of hours of free training and hands-on training. So, I believe that any entrepreneur that has not established a brick and mortar or business that they own, the right network marketing company is the best place to start, especially one that does really good business, that has a really good reputation. So that's why I'm in the one that I'm in. And we'll talk about that later. Let me see. Life with the Barons. Have an awesome and blessed day. Hey, man, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. In Jesus' name, thank you. Amen. God knows and understand where you. Yep, he does. And so I can't wait to go see my mom. And she didn't really want me to talk about this. We try to keep things private, but a lot of times if I don't share things that happen in life, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just gonna be straight honest with you guys. We tend to try to look on Facebook and social media, and we try to compare our real life to people's highlights. Folks, social media is just a bunch of highlights. That's all people are sharing, their highlights. They're sharing when they go on vacation. They're not sharing the troubles they go through. They're not sharing, the week they didn't make that money. They're not sharing, oh man, I got to file back. They don't share. A lot of people don't share this stuff. They want you to believe that social media that's how they live their life. That's absolutely not true. There are troubles that happen every day. There are days that I don't that business is slow for me. But because I have continued to build business after business and do multiple streams of income, that is why I'm able to survive, and I just leave it in God's hands. So everybody has trouble. Don't stop comparing yourself to people on social media. You know, like wow, man, their life is so good. Look like they're going on vacation every single week. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, because they might have been posting pictures from 3, 5, or 4 years ago. So, don't just everyone has trouble, I try not to, just go on social media and make my life just so unreal. Like, everything is peaches and cream. I stay on vacation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm living in abundance. I'll admit that I'm a person that is living in abundance. And yeah, I'm a person that is, has a lot, going great, but also with more responsibility, more things I get into, there's more headache. So I got things that you guys don't know about, and so I'm going to share it all. But also, at the same token, I do want to make sure that I'm giving more value to people. So I'm going to tell you what's going to come up on my lives. Tell you exactly what's going to come up on my lives, and really why you should be subscribing to this channel. Because number one, I'm going to talk about legacy. A lot of people are not prepared to leave legacy for their families, and they die or they pass away, something happens, and you're not properly set up on a legacy play. And people, they're going to automatically think, oh, I already know I got to die to go get a will. Nah, it's way more than that, folks. I'm gonna have to give you a deep dive of how to get some of you right now on a 9 to 5 income with under $50,000. If you structure right, if you have a child that is like 13 or 14, your child will have $1 million in cash with just $300 a month in the right type of investment policy. So, you know, some of you guys can have children that are going to be millionaires in 10 or 15 years, and you don't have to worry about. So it's just knowledge like that to where you can take the money that you have. People think that trust and these business and these LLCs are for rich people. No, that's why we just don't really have prosperity, because we believe that certain things are for rich. No, certain things are for you to do now, so you can actually build wealth, so you can actually have assets. So again, if you didn't come from a rich family, it's your responsibility to make sure a rich family comes from you. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do that. I mean, I'm not waving my flag or anything, but like I said, I've been blessed to live and work in abundance. I've been blessed to have two entrepreneurs. As a matter of fact, not to go through my family history, but my grandfather was an entrepreneur. I mean, it really started from him. I mean, he was the first African American to own a gas station in Virginia, and we're talking about in the 40s and in the 50s. So that's what he owned. He owned stuff, and they laid a foundation for my family to be what we are today. I'm just taking it further. So maybe you didn't come from a family that had an entrepreneurial legacy, but you can actually change that and change your lineage. So I should be showing you guys, giving you guys tips on everything on how to do that. And even if you are a person that lives, or if you're a person that makes $1 million and you want to live in abundance, I got some tips for you as well. Because a lot of times you guys that are making $1 million, you're running into tax issues to where you're shelling out too much money in taxes. So if you make $1 million and you have a lot of assets, and I'm going to be sharing videos with individuals who are making $1 million that want to buy a lot of cars. I'm going to show you the correct way to do it. A lot of you, I mean, just not harp on anybody, but I've talked to a lot of people who make $1 million, and you got what, 4 or 5 cars. And you guys, if you haven't watched my channel, you guys already know. I mean, I have businesses that do 8 figures, right? So as a family, we do 8 figures. But when you go out and you buy your cars and your assets, a lot of people are doing it the dumb way. And I got a trick I'm gonna share with you. This is for people. I mean, even if you're not at a 7-figure income or an 8-figure income, what I'm going to share with you is going to help you greatly, because I don't care who you are, how much money you make. You always want to make sure you're efficient in doing business the right way, or getting your assets the right way. So when I have things to share with you about that, some structured things to where, you can get all the cars you want and not have a car note and own the car. So it's a lot of things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on that. So I want to come back and and oh my goodness, Jessica, out of nowhere, she drops a super sticker. Jessica, you don't have to, but man, I appreciate you, girl. That's my Haven't talked to her in a minute. I've been, with this dealing with my mom and stuff. So I appreciate you, Jessica. So let me definitely get to Jessica and say thank you. Jessica says, good afternoon. The doctor saying my husband has a silent heart attack. Okay, Jessica. I'm glad I made this video. Number one, prayers to your husband. Number two, just have them, if he had a silent one, just make sure you continue to go back to the doctor and check on him and make sure that they check everything. Make sure because sometimes a silent one could be a pulmonary embolism, and this is the education I'm sharing with you. So it could be a pulmonary embolism where a clot is in a major vein, and two things they'll do. Number one, they'll either give your husband blood thinners, and maybe the embolism will go away, and he'll have to be on them. Or number two, he may have to have a stent to prevent any clots. Stents are not bad, folks. Don't think stents are bad. Stents are not bad. Stents are preventative measures. I know people that had 6 or 7 stents and they're doing just fine. So yeah, Jessica, just make sure he follows up with that. Make sure they check him for no clotting. That's the main thing is clots. You got to go and get that thing checked out. Have them do a stress test. Go get a stress test done. Make sure that see how much stress the heart can take. Because some people don't even realize that their heart is functioning at 10%. That's not good. And we don't know that, but we're experiencing shortness of breath. We're experiencing not being able to do functional things. And some of us are walking around and your heart is functioning under 40%, and you think you're just feeling bad. No, that you got to get that stuff checked out. Like, come on, Black people, white people, Asian people, Mexican people, any people, get your butt to the doctor and get this stuff checked out. Your heart ain't nothing to play with, because some people's heart have exploded due to the pressure. So if you got high blood pressure, man, check that thing out. Even if you have low blood pressure, check it out either way. If your blood pressure is not where it's at, check it. Be on top, be on diligent, because we can't afford to lose you guys. God has blessed you with a legacy to continue. We can't afford to lose you guys. Let me get on down here and get some more comments out the way. And God knows, understands. Yep. I receive in Jesus' mighty name. That's right. Touch and agree. Amen. The blood still works good. Tromy, I got to call you, bro. I ain't talked to you in a minute and some Sundays, bro. I got to call you and I got to chat with you, brother. I'm just not talking. My wife, I think, hung out with you and your wife. So I just got to call you and see what's going on, man. I appreciate you being on the live and stuff. And I just got to communicate with you, man. I haven't talked to you in a hot minute. Tromy, if you can, inbox me your number, bro. I do want to call you. I just haven't talked to you in a minute, and things have been crazy. So please send me your number, Tromy, so I can give you a call. Shelly, thank you. Appreciate that. Yep. Yeah, man, we got to get all checked out, bro. I just got to, I'm trying to, part of what I'm doing on a daily basis is until I'm going to have to get through people's brains that we got to get checked out. And I'm talking to myself too. I need to be more diligent. I haven't had a stress test in a minute. I need to go make sure I'm doing everything to make sure I'm healthy, because if you ain't healthy, you can't take care of your parents, right? And so that's essentially what we have to do. We got to make sure we're around for our parents. And God says, honor thy mother and father, and thy days will be long. Hey, make sure you are honoring your parents, checking on them, being there for them. They were there for you. Sometimes our parents can be sometimes parents can take it a little too far, but hey, do what you can for your parents. Make sure you're checking on them. Make sure you're around for them. Make sure you communicate with them. I don't care what type of argument you get into. Make sure you do that. Make sure if you have a spouse, make sure you tell them that you love them every day. I don't care if spouses get in disagreements, but and the same thing, make sure that you are, making sure you check on your spouse. Wives, we appreciate y'all because y'all make us get things done. If it wasn't for my wife or whatever, I probably wouldn't have had I wouldn't be in a good, healthy shape like I am now. So wives, we appreciate you guys because you guys are the reason why we're living, because you go out and you make sure and we might bicker with you, but at the end of the day, the wives, we appreciate y'all because you guys are the ones that go out and make sure that we are getting things done pertaining to our health, and you make sure we do it. So I appreciate all the wives out here, and husbands, we appreciate you guys as well too. That's what I keep telling him. Yep. Make sure he does that, Justin. Stay on top of him. Even if he grouches, just stay on top of him. My wife had to do the same thing, so get it checked out. But prayers for your mom, prayers for my mom, and prayers for your husband as well too. So we got to make sure all of our people are doing good. If I get on because he's already high blood pressure medicine, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was going to have to be on. I know where you're coming from with that. Again, I used to be 400 and some pounds. They were going to put me on that, but I just had to make a conscious decision and just dive 1,000,000% into just getting my weight down. And so that was something I like I said, I didn't take it serious either. But when I ended up in a hospital, major hospital with when I fell out, my wife had to drag my 450-pound body in the car and get me to the emergency room. That's something I didn't want her to experience. So I don't know where she got the strength from. I think she prayed to God to give her strength. So yeah, folks, just make sure you are checking on yourself, making sure you check your blood pressure. Yeah, you're gonna have to make some lifestyle changes. We all do. You're gonna have to eat a little healthier. We're gonna have to do more activities. We're gonna have to get up in the morning and start walking our dogs. But the main takeaway from this is, number one, thank God for just the basics. A lot of people didn't wake up today. You were fortunate enough to do it. Number two, make sure that you are taking care of yourself first when it comes to health. Because if you can't function and you can't be healthy, you can't take care of anybody else if you can't have yourself in a capacity to do so. In order to do that, make sure you are monitoring your health first. Okay. Once you know that you're okay first, then you have the ability to take care of other people, such as your parents, such as your brother or sister or your child. So make sure that that you're conditioned. A lot of people skip their health and worry about somebody else's. And then something happens to us, we can't support the people that we love. So we got to make sure that we're taking our health serious. That's a big thing. So yeah, definitely just want to just stress that too as well. Yep, I get on them because high blood pressure, adrenaline, and love will give you. Yep. So yeah, you're right about that, Jessica. Adrenaline and love. So I said a prayer for each one of you guys earlier, so I appreciate you guys. And again, Jessica, appreciate the super sticker. You're absolutely awesome on that. And again, if you need anything, Jessica, you always know you can text me. Alita, how you doing? Thank you, Alita. Appreciate it. So I also want to say, folks, I will be coming back to business a little bit more as well. I'm going to make time to get back because I need to make sure I'm reaching out to you guys. I need to make sure that I am doing my part with the platform that I have to make sure that I'm providing you guys value. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable to do that. And again, I'm here to help you guys, be better. And I used to just be here just saying, oh, I want to help you guys make money. It's beyond that. I want to help you guys, with just quality of life and prosperity. That's all. That's what I'm about. Quality of life and prosperity. In some people's cases, prosperity might be $1 million. In some people's cases, prosperity might be $500 a month extra. In some people's cases, prosperity might not be money at all. Prosperity might just be the fact that they can get up and walk and move without any health problems. So prosperity could mean different things. Prosperity could be maybe you have a dream to have a nonprofit and help people. That's prosperity. Prosperity can be what you want it to be. Don't think prosperity is all money. Prosperity is what you want it to be. Prosperity is what you perceive it to be. Prosperity is what you do that allows you to progress in a peaceful way that brings peace to your heart and your mind and your family. So prosperity comes from the core of, for me, prosperity comes in the core of having a relationship with God. And so, a lot of people ask me, I'm not a preacher or anything, what does a relationship with God look like? Does a relationship with God look like just saying a quick prayer and going about your day? No, it doesn't. Relationship with God is, getting up in the morning, thanking him before your feet hit the ground. And, if you want a good app, get the Bible app on your phone is really good. Get yourself a Bible plan and start reading the word. It's a lot of wisdom in reading the Bible. And I've been reading it more so in the last 2 weeks than ever. And so you'll find your wisdom there and just praying and believing and then going out and doing everything that you can do. And then anything that's beyond your control, you give it to God. That's kind of how I'm living my life. I'm gonna go out and do everything I physically can do, and anything that I cannot do or that I can't make a change in, I'm handing that over to God. That's the power of God, So I'm more so, like I said, with this week, I've more so been able to, dive deeper in developing that part with him. So that's gonna be a part of everything I talk about. Appreciate you, Rosemary, sending prayers and healing vibes to you and your mom. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want to be prosperous in health and wealth, debt free, and being able to help others do. Yep, we'll do that. And like I said, I got a plan. I put a video out where I show, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you a cool tip here. This everyone wants to probably listen to this tip here because it's going to be huge. What we need to do as people is the biggest thing where people struggle with, and I'm just going to be flat out honest with this. We want to make more money, but what we're doing is we are not efficient in taking our existing expenses and turning them into profit. That's where it starts, folks. It starts with you. It starts with, right now I'm going to say a lot of my expenses I've turned into profit. And what does that mean? That means you need to be, if you're buying something that you cannot profit with, then that becomes a pure expense. Start looking to buy your household things from a platform that allows you to, number one, make it a tax deduction. Number two, profit from it. Example, okay? Here's a cool example. In 2021, gas was always an expense. It was a deductible expense, but the gasoline I put in my car was always a tax deductible expense, but I never could profit from it. Fast forward to 2022, I discovered fuel factor X, and gas is no longer an expense for me. Gas is not only a tax deduction, but gas is now a $1,500 to $2,000 a month profit for me. What if you never had to really pay for gas? What if you could get the money you spent for gas reimbursed? And then what if you could turn a profit? What if you never had to pay for gas ever in your life? That's kind of what I mean. You take your expense and you turn it into profit, and you use tax deductions to do the rest. So I'll walk you through that process. I got a video on it on my YouTube channel. I think you want to check it out. And that's for coffee drinkers. So anything that you can replace that you buy from a place that's not giving you any money, you need to get it on a platform that allows you to profit from it. That is literally how you can just have stage one of being able to get yourself out of debt. That happens when your expenses exceed your income. And so a lot of expenses that we are paying out every day can be offset if we change what we buy and we show people how to do this. Like when you're showing people something, you're making a change in their life. So imagine if everyone in America could take a $500 expense that they are paying out of their pocket, that's coming out of the household, $500 out of your household, and offset it and turn it into $1,500 in the household. And now you've cut down your expenses by changing the platform that you're spending your money with, and by helping people do the same thing. So I'm going to have a whole lesson on that. I got a whole video on that on YouTube, and check my YouTube channel, you'll see it. But it's a really good way for people just to start to make prosperity for themselves just in the way of expenses. And we'll move on to other things as well too. One of the things I'm going to reveal, and I'll do this when we get 100 people on a live, is I'm going to reveal to you guys, and I have these businesses. There are literally 4 businesses that have a 95% or higher success rate. It means you're guaranteed to make money off of them. And it's not MLM, it's not affiliate, it's businesses that you can own, and you don't need any employees, and you don't need to be around them 24/7. It's 4 of them. And literally, they have a 95% success rate. I've incorporated these businesses in. I'm going to share them down the line, but I need to get more subscribers on here first, because if I share these with you guys are going to thank me, because those businesses can be a base foundation for some of you guys to quit your job and to do other things. So I believe in, number one, having 3 types of businesses. Number one, having a business that you own. Number two, having an affiliate type of business, right? Where you are not selling your product, but you're promoting another product. Number 3, having a leveraged affiliate business, which is a multi-level marketing company, which means that you have a company that will provide you everything you need. And literally, you find products that you would use yourself every day, and you share them with people and show people how to replace their current expenses by profiting from the products that they're going to use every day. And then when that happens, you can build a leverage income. So again, in network marketing, if you do it the correct way, you earn money from people that don't even purchase from you directly. So you want to be able to have use the right way. You want to be able to, build a team that you can give back to, but you can also leverage from. You want to be able to do good business. So network marketing has been great. In some of my network marketing companies, I built a team that's great. And not only are they making money, but the company's paying me a separate check because I've made sure they're successful. So I like network marketing because you can make money on your own, but you're not going to make any money unless you make other people successful. So that is the way a leader should be thinking is, okay, what can I do to make people on my team successful? Because I'm not going to have any success unless they have any success. So that's kind of how leverage should be done. So I'll be sharing all that kind of stuff. So, don't worry about that stuff. I'm going to share all that stuff with you guys as well. I want to be prosperous and healthy. Yep, debt free. That is definitely what I need to do, make my investments work for me. So yeah, we'll show you how to do all that. It's going to be on this channel. I'm going to be having videos constantly on this stuff. So we're going to get serious, folks. I'm going to show you how to do a lot of stuff that haven't been able to show. And also, if you are around Monday at 11 o'clock, I have my class. So you guys are in my class. You already know about that. So we'll be getting that going too. Of course, we have to do a payment plan, which makes over 87. Yep. Yep. Don't worry about it. Jessica, we're gonna get you out of all the situation. We're gonna talk about getting rid of debt, paying down debt, and getting into prosperity, getting into wealth. So all that is gonna be some things that we go over with. So, folks, that's my time here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. It means a lot to me that you're here. You could be anywhere else. You could be watching anything else, but you chose to tune into this video, and for that, I am forever grateful to each one of you. And again, shout out to Jessica for being a super sticker person as well. I'm going to be taking care of my super sticker people with some more value. I'm going to be dropping some things on my YouTube channel for all my supreme beings. So if you've been a supreme being, I actually gave you a course not too long ago. This is a $3,500 course. You guys got it for free. And it was a course that I actually paid for, and I was able to record it and send it to you. So you guys got that course. So again, shout out to all my subscribers as well. Appreciate you guys for constantly subscribing. And so, folks, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to become a Supreme Being, you'll get my extra content that I'm going to put out for my Supreme Being. I think it's like $1 or $2 to be a Supreme Being. But trust me, the content that I give you, the things I'm going to give you is going to be worth more than that. So shout out to all you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. God bless you all. And I will see you in the next live, which will probably end up being tomorrow. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your prayers. Mom is doing good. I'm on the way to see her and just kind of make sure she's okay and everything. So I'm gonna get her some dinner, and my wife and my son, we're gonna hang out with her for a while. And I know she's been in the hospital for nearly 11 days now, so she's ready to come on out. So I know she is. So appreciate all you guys. Hey, love you too, Jessica. You're awesome, man. And thank you for your prayers. All right, y'all. Peace. And share this video with someone who may be dealing with health issues in their family, and just encourage other people to go to the doctor. And do me a favor, folks. Encourage your family and your people, your husband, your wife. Encourage everyone to make sure that they are taking their health as a priority. That's the one thing I ask. I don't want you guys to go anywhere. I want you guys to be in good health. So hey, make sure we're doing everything we can to keep ourselves healthy, our children healthy, and our family healthy. And check on your parents because they need you more than ever, especially when they're in their 70s and 80s. Always check on your parents. But that's it, folks. God bless. See you next time.